So to go into this whole thing and what we want to do with this is kind of make it basically a live podcast and cover some topics we wouldn't cover on the normal show. Since Dave and I have other interests besides Halloween, we love Halloween. And honestly, we'll probably cover a bunch of Halloween stuff when we do this as well. But it gives us a chance to kind of talk about other things.
Sure. Tommy Valley's wave, by the way. So
Tommy Valley, what's up, Tom? Tommy Valley in the house. So the thing we're going to be covering today, and we're going to be talking about today, are VHS covers and tapes. So Dave and I both love VHS. We love the aesthetic.
Yep.
We enjoy covering them. You a little bit more than me. I'm a little bit more casual when it comes to collecting VHS tapes.
I'll go out of my way for sure.
Yeah, you'll definitely go out of your way. For me, it's a little more like what I'll do is if I go to a thrift store or I go to like an event, a convention or something like that, and I see something cool for a reasonable price, I'll grab it. But I never go like on eBay or I'm sure there's other ways to find VHS online, like Facebook groups, right?
I'm in at least one fire sale on Facebook at least once a week, if not 3 or 4 a week. But there's always a fire sale going on at some point. So
my boy Dave,
just
always on the hunt. So it depends on we have different degrees of collecting for each of us. Mm-hmm. So in the past, we wanted to kind of put together short videos. I think we did 3, right, Dave? 3 videos so far?
Yeah, I did 2 and you did 1.
No, we did one together for Friday the 13th.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So it was, you did 2 alone. You did Texas Chainsaw, The Next Generation, and The Majorettes, right?
Yep. Love those moments.
Yeah, and then we did, I think, Friday the 13th, 7, and 8. I think 4. 8 in part 7 and part 4.
It's part 7.
Yeah. So we were doing these videos and we thought, okay, it probably makes more sense just to do this because we could like interact and joke around and stuff and just a little more off the cuff.
Yeah.
So tonight actually, Dave and I, we picked 2 tapes each. Mm-hmm. And we're going to focus primarily on the covers. We're not really going to dive too deep into the films. We'll talk a little bit about the plot, obviously, what the movie's about, but we're not really reviewing the movie. We're just focusing strictly on the cover.
Both movies I chose I hadn't seen in years.
Yeah, your picks I hadn't seen. My picks I'm pretty familiar with because I've seen them a couple times. Your picks I haven't seen in a while. One of them I know a little better than the other because I have seen it a couple times, and I think you know which one I'm going with. So I'll go first with my pick, and I'm going to go with the 1980 film, The Boogeyman, right here.
Sure.
I hope you guys can see the cover there. Hopefully my light's not, there you go. That's better. And this is a big box. Those are very popular in the VHS community, right, Dave? And this was released by Wizard Video, which I believe is also an offshoot of Lightning Video. I think that's like they're like I guess the 2 brands are connected.
There's a lot.
What's up?
There's a lot of that though.
Yeah, it's like
their brands for
Yeah, it's an offshoot of Lightning Video, Wizard Video, and Wizard Video is a pretty popular big box company. I know a lot of people always are in search for these specific types of VHS boxes. And I wrote a little synopsis for the film. I can read you guys. I went on IMDb and didn't want to just copy and paste, so I kind of read a few and put this little synopsis together.
Sure.
So the plot of the film is a girl witnesses her brother murder their mother's lover in the reflection of a mirror. Years later, the mirror shatters and the mirror shatters and the killer returns for revenge. So off the bat, that's what the film's about, And I can tell you a couple quick things about it. Like, It's got great kills. It's got an awesome score. The killer in it is really unique looking because he's wearing a pantyhose on his head. That's his mask. And the plot's kind of original. When you watch it, since it came out in 1980, you can tell it's heavily influenced by Halloween, the original 1978 Halloween, because it only came out 2 years later. And I feel like slasher films in the 80s from that point on were all kind of biting off of Halloween, Friday the 13th included, which came out, I believe, the same year. Yeah, the original Friday the 13th was 1980 as well. And I've always been a fan of this movie and the cover, because when you look at this cover, it kind of doesn't make sense when you watch the movie.
Right.
Because technically, the killer is not really invisible, but he's inside of a mirror. And I believe a piece of the mirror has to be around, or a mirror has to be around in order for him to kill the person. Right. So you have this girl looking out of a window. I love that there's like brick. So it's obviously a house. It always reminds me more of an apartment building than a house. And then you've got this big giant shadow of someone kind of looming over the window there. I guess trying to break into the apartment, because from her perspective, she'd be able to see him clear as day. But again, the killer is kind of invisible, which doesn't really make much sense. But what's funny, and going back to kind of just VHS in general, the covers are always better than the actual movie half the time. Like,
marketing. I mean, it's strong marketing. You have to.
And even with a movie like this, you think like the Boogeyman, you know, you're expecting some sort of monster or something to start killing people, when it's actually just some dude with a stocking on his head. And the movie does have some pretty cool like gore effects. Like one in particular I vividly remember.
Spoiler.
Is like the what's it called? A pair of shears or scissors into the neck, and the chick is like blood's just gushing out of her neck. And I always remember that. And it wasn't a movie. I think I saw this late in life because of the cover. I remember working at a video store when I was 17, and I saw the VHS on the shelf. And my video store at the time, we still rented VHS tapes. And I picked this up to watch, and it's a good movie. I enjoy it. It's not top 10.
You know what? I have a copy of it too, and I've actually never seen the movie. And it's funny because I own the score on vinyl, because the score is amazing. So I've heard the score, but I've never seen the movie. And the one that I have it's not the Wizard one. It might be Embassy, I'm not sure. But the cover is like an apparition of like a girl like coming through a mirror. It's
wow.
Cover than that, but that's a better VHS release of it.
This is a better VHS release of it?
Better VHS release, but the cover that I have is cooler looking. I go digging through my closet for it, but up in a fire sale. That's what they call them. So
I even like the tagline: "The most terrifying nightmare of childhood is about to return." The Boogeyman. It's just interesting because, again, I feel like they marketed this movie, even with this cover, as like a monster, and there's no he's not really a monster. He's just some dude that like is trying to have an affair. Not having an affair. He's trying to have sex with the kid's like mother, and then the brother kills him because I forget. I haven't watched in a while. I actually have the DVD or the Blu-ray over there. It's one I definitely have to revisit. But again, I've always loved that cover, and I'd recommend the movie. Like, if you like slasher movies, check it out.
I have to watch it. I definitely have to watch it.
Definitely watch it, Dave. What's your first pick, Dave?
Well, I might as well go with, since I didn't even realize that your tape was a Wizard video, so mine is too. And mine is John Waters' Pink Flamingos. Can we see that?
There you go. There we go.
There you go. And so hold on. So I got to read off my notes because I can't remember this shit. So the film was released in 1972. Directed by John Waters. But it didn't get a VHS release until 1981. And
wow.
So it had two releases, Harmony Vision and Wizard. I'm not entirely sure which release is the most uncut between the two, because I know it has more footage than the other. But as looking it up online, both said 95 minutes, so I don't know. But I give you a little synopsis if you've never seen Pink Flamingos. So basically, Divine sets off against a detestable couple, Connie and Raymond Marble, to be the filthiest people alive. And that's literally what this movie is about. A contest to be the most gross people there are. And fucking wrong and gross and highly amusing.
Can you lift the VHS up again? I want to see something.
Yeah.
I'm curious, though. It looks like the wizard logo looks different on your tape.
It might be.
This wizard. Like, this wizard has, like, literally a little wizard on it, and yours just has, like, a W and a V, right? Is that, or is the wizard on it? Oh, yeah, I see him. He's right there. It just looks a little different. Like, when you look at both releases, they're a little different in,
you see it? He's there.
Interesting. Yeah, interesting.
Yeah.
I guess maybe they did this maybe because this was like a horror film. Well, Pink Flamingo's a horror film too.
It definitely could be considered horror.
It's funny too because like Pink Flamingo's one of those movies that all people remember about it is that someone eats shit in the movie. It's one of those movies that anytime you like talk about it, people are just like, oh, the movie with Divine and that the dude eats shit. Like, that's literally what people remember about that movie.
It's so. Listen, I love John Waters, so I've been slowly collecting all the releases he's been doing. They're expensive. Dude, I paid a pretty penny for this. I dropped $1 on this. So
I can't believe this. What made you drop $100 on that VHS, dude?
I love John Waters, so I also have a copy of Female Trouble. I think I spent $60 on that one.
That's a good one too.
Right?
It's weird. Like with me, I don't consider myself this huge John. I like John Waters movies.
I love John Waters.
No, I enjoy them. I enjoy Female Trouble. I enjoy Pink Flamingos. But his movies, for some reason, I don't really revisit his older ones that often, and I don't know why that is. I don't know if it's because they are slow films and they're really old and obviously made on small budgets. But like I always like Serial Mom, like 90s John Waters. And I feel like not enough people talk about like, you know, what's the other one? Cecil B. Demented is another one. And like Serial Mom, Pecker is a good movie.
There's one that I just picked up on Criterion. You know, it's funny. I think a lot of his films have Criterion treatment, which is actually like, it's like, kind of like a testament to his like indie filmmaking because really all his shit is just so in-house Maryland, you know what I'm saying?
No, for sure.
Well, he does everything there. I love that.
Yeah, like I said, I respect what he does, but I had never considered myself like this huge John Waters fan. Again, for what he stands for, I love the dude, what he did. I think like his first movie, how much did it, like was Pink Flamingos his very first movie? There was something before that, right?
So I think it might have been. See, now this is where I'm going to be considered maybe not a great John Waters fan. I don't know what came first, but Female Trouble might have came before Pink Flamingos. I could be very wrong about that. I don't know.
It came out afterwards. I'm not 100%, but
yeah, what is it? 1,000 Maniacs? Is that?
I don't even know. But yeah, it's you got to respect the craft. He'll go. He's just infamous for all his like, nasty shit he does in his movies. Again, Divine and eating shit. Doesn't a guy bang a chicken in Pink Flamingos too? Isn't that a thing?
If we want to get to the nitty gritty of all the gross things that happen in Pink Flamingos, there is a scene where Divine and her son go into the Marbles' home. Spoiler alert! Go into the Marbles' home and start licking everything in the house, and the house starts to react to how gross they are. So like they lick like the couch cushions, and the cushion popping off, and then like legit Divine gives her son a blowjob on the couch. Like
amazing.
Ridiculous.
I'm gonna rewatch. I haven't seen Pink Flamingos in like maybe like 7 years. I have the DVD somewhere. I'm gonna watch it. I need to that's when I need to revisit.
just to wrap up this tape, I always just like everybody has seen that picture of Divine pointing the gun.
Yeah,
an iconic photo of Divine, and I always like that kind of like neon bar sign. Look, can't even point to the tape right. That neon like bar looking sign that would be hole in the wall bar.
Yeah.
So Yeah, and plus, this came in the mail not too long ago, so I'm still like fawning over. You know, it's kind of a grail tape for me.
Is that the expensive tape you ever, like the most expensive tape you ever bought? $100, dude. You're a savage, man.
That's the most I'd ever spent. So.
$100.
Maybe $1.25. That's my limit, though.
All right, so you wouldn't spend $200 on a VHS. Dude, this Boogeyman, fun little story. I got this tape for 50 cents. I was yeah. It was. I don't even know how much this is worth. If it's worth anything.
Absolutely. So put it this way: I spent on the one that I have. I think I spent $12 on. That's got to be at least a $30 to $40 tape.
Yeah, I went to there was like a video store near me, like not near me where I live now, where I used to live. And I remember I went with a friend of mine, and he was like, "They're closing this video store down. They're getting rid of all their stuff." And I remember we went in there with like backpacks. This was maybe like 7 years ago. Right. And we run in, and I bought at least, I'd say maybe like 12 big box VHS, like of weird shit. Like you've seen some of the stuff. You've seen some of the stuff I have. And I was like, and I think I spent a total of like $5. I left with like 12 tapes. It was amazing. It sucks because I don't think that could happen today. It's very rare for something like that to happen. And then I worked like I said before, I worked at a video store. So I was able to, take a bunch of the tapes when they were closing down. So I got very lucky.
By the way, I was just reading I was reading my buddy Nikos's comment about the basket case tape you spent. See, Nikos, I thought you would have spent maybe a little. I thought maybe you'd be a little more of a spender, but I mean, I understand why you wouldn't either.
Dude, $100 for a tape is crazy. So
listen. There's one tape. It's my grail to the grail tape is Punk Vacation, and I lent you that Blu-ray, and you never watched it, which I
know. I gotta watch it again. I think it's on YouTube. You can watch it like
it probably.
I put it on too late and fell asleep, so I gotta try to watch it again.
So that's my next purchase if I come across it. So
I'll definitely try to watch it.
You're saying how you went to a store and you brought your backpacks and you bought. People do that all the time. Yeah. Like if you go like the groups I belong to on Facebook, there's people posting shit they got at like an estate sale or shit they got at thrift stores, and people are always posting their like in the wild photos. Like my buddy Elijah from Magnetic Magic Rentals, he's always going thrifting and always finding gems.
Yeah, I'm sure. I know he has a big collection of VHS. I see him posted up on Instagram all the time.
I started collecting because he was like, "Just you wait." He's like, I always said, "Yeah, I'm only gonna buy tapes here and there," and he goes, "Yeah, that's what I said when I started collecting." And then, literally.
It's weird because I remember like a few years ago, VHS, there was like a boom where everyone was like selling tapes and flipping tapes. And it's crazy because I feel like it died down a little bit.
Thank you, Nikos. I'm listening to you, Louis. Sorry.
No worries. It died down a bit, and now people, like, I feel like it's a little more, it's more of like a private club type of thing where, like, there were a bunch of documentaries being made about VHS. There was like this huge boom, and then it's died down, but it still exists. And, I'm sure on eBay, there's a ton of shit on there.
VHS culture is huge. Yeah. You're not in these Facebook groups. You got to go in these Facebook. It's really great. It's really dumb, and it's really funny. It's like the best of every emotion just thrown into Facebook.
Facebook groups are just dumb, and there you go. But you can buy tapes
because people like flex hard on like rare tapes, and it's like, yo, okay, it's great you have rare tapes, but it's a fucking VHS tape.
Someone's like, yo, I got this sick copy of Savage Streets, like brand new.
I actually do want a copy of Savage Streets. So
do I. That's one VHS I really, really want to get one day.
Yeah.
All right. So my next VHS. This isn't a rare. I don't think this is a rare movie or VHS, but I've always kind of loved the movie, and I feel like it's a little underrated.
What's that?
And I've always loved the cover. I've always thought the cover was really cool, and that's the film The Guardian from 1990. As you can see, my copy still has a little horror sticker on it from where I bought it. There's the cover. This was directed by William Friedkin, who directed The Exorcist. And I think it was released by MCA Universal. This is like the original 1990 like copy, I guess, that video stores got, obviously, because my copy has. It even has a Critics' Choice, $1.99. the stickers from the store. It's great. I forget. I'm going to be honest. I forget where I bought this copy. So here's the little synopsis for this film. A couple hires a nanny to take care of their newborn son, Jake. It's eventually revealed that his nanny is actually a nymph that feeds infants to this ancient supernatural tree, and the couple must stop her in order to save their son. So, talking quickly about the cover here. Once again, I have a little bit of a theme. I don't know if you caught on to it, but this movie was released in 1980 and features a silhouette of a character. This movie was released 10 years later and also features a silhouette of a character. And I've always just kind of loved I remember this movie when it came out. I was maybe like 5 years old. And I remember seeing this like in the video stores. And that's why I don't know why it always, whenever I think of my childhood and I think of like video stores, this is one of the tapes I think of.
Right.
And I don't know why that is, because it's not an 80s film. It's technically 90s, even though it was made in the 80s. But yeah, the cover just featuring the nanny. I believe in the film, her name is Camila. And just like the silhouette of her wearing like this hooded cape thing. And
right.
You see some of the trees in the doorway with the bright light. I've always loved like that image of like a person standing in front of bright light. You know, I always think of like the Halloween Roseanne episode Boo that we covered. And how like Dan at the end dressed up with the hockey mask and the chainsaw with the bright light behind him. I've always just liked that aesthetic and that look. It's great. It's great. And the movie too, funny thing with this movie is on this tape is, if I remember correctly, the first time I saw the teaser trailer for Child's Play 2 with Chucky stepping on the Jack in the Box. Do you remember that teaser? And I believe that teaser's on this tape because they were promoting the film. That I think this movie came out, if I remember from reading about it, came out in April, and Child's Play came out in November. So like that teaser was like, was like a big thing because it was the second Child's Play movie. And the movie just, the movie itself briefly, again, we're not covering too much about it, but it has great gore. It's got great practical effects. Like the tree effects, like, are great. There's a scene in the movie where like the dad is freaking out and he's like cutting the tree with a chain, like chopping it all up with a chainsaw, and blood's gushing all over the place. And there's like I think he sees like baby faces because this nymph has been feeding the tree babies. There's even a scene where she like has sex with the tree. This like really weird like love making scene between her and the tree. So it's a weird movie, and I feel like no one talks about The Guardian. I always feel like it's a great flick that more people should talk about. Like I never see, I believe it has a Blu-ray release, but I never hear people just talk about it. Have you ever seen it?
Hold on, my mother just joined, so I'm saying hi to my mom right now.
That's great.
What's up, Mama?
But yeah, have you ever watched the Guardian?
No, I've never even seen it.
It's a great movie, dude. You should definitely watch it. It's like, and what's funny is this is like William Friedkin's return to like horror. Like I think it had been The Exorcist, and then everything else he did in between was like drama and comedy, I think. And then he went back to horror with this, and I don't think it was a successful film. I think people like hated it and didn't make any money. But again, for me, it's been more of it's really underrated, and I love it. I always love this cover. This is, I think too, this is also like the poster, which some of these films, they just use the poster as the VHS art. I always loved when VHS covers change things up a bit and would like alter them just for that release. Like the teaser poster or the poster in the theaters look a little different from the VHS cover.
Right. Yeah, I gotta watch that. I've never seen it, so it's a movie I definitely have to add to my letterbox. By the way, I've been using that lately. I love it. I was never gonna. I was never gonna use it, and then
Yeah.
Mike Asip and our friend Sheila were talking about it, and I was like, I gotta start using this. And once I started using it, like, because I forget shit all the time, so
Yeah.
like that watch list thing is so life saving.
I've been on it twice and I always delete the app. I'm bad with stuff like that. I'm bad with being consistent. What's up, Forever Bogus? Bryce
Yeah,
on there.
I see who's in here, and
I know, dude. Everyone's William Friedkin's the flick Bug. Bug is with who's in that? Is Michael Shannon in Bug?
yeah, that's a really good movie.
Yeah, it's one of those movies I've only seen once. I have to revisit that too. But yeah, William Friedkin's the man, dude. Like,
Yeah. He
he's
did
done
Sword-
some- Which one?
Sorcerer.
Was that
It's-
him? I don't remember. I have, dude. I've only seen Sorcerer like once.
So Sorcerer, the score to Sorcerer is by Tangerine Dream. It's my favorite, probably one of my favorite scores. Period. I'm pretty sure William Friedkin directed that.
Dude, any score that Tangerine Dream produces is amazing. So, Tangerine Dream in general rules. So,
Yeah.
I've got to watch Bug because I'm seeing Bug fucking rules. Bug is great. I got to rewatch. I've only seen it once. Who else is in that? It's I know it's Michael Shannon. And,
Ashley Judd, I think, is in it.
yeah, Ashley Judd. I remember it's one of those movies that's like a horror film, but it's not. They don't consider it a horror film. I think it's one of those movies that's labeled that. So, what's your next tape, Dave?
All right, so this is a movie I haven't watched in years, but I chose Final Exam.
Oh man, let me see that. That's amazing. That cover.
Incredible. So, all right, let me go back to my notes because, like I said, I can't memorize any of this. So this came out in 1981. It was directed by Jimmy Hudson. And again, this is released by Embassy Home Entertainment. So they did two versions of this. So everybody knows this movie by its cover. It's this guy with the silhouette.
Yeah, that's what I know it as.
You know, it's funny. Technically, this one has a silhouette cover as well. So
technically.
So I think that's like the OG cover. So I'm not entirely sure the difference between the covers. One might. So I was doing some research, and I had read that one's unrated and one's not, but I'm not sure. I was talking to Elijah earlier, and I was asking him, I was like, "Do you know the difference between the two?" And he was like, "Maybe they got sued for the original art, and they had to use it. Still, that could be the reason, but I don't know because Screen Factory just put out a Blu-ray of it, so I don't know." But
I have like an old DVD of it, and that DVD has the cover you're talking about with the silhouette. He's holding a knife.
Yeah,
and he's in front of like a campus or a school or something like that.
It's a good cover.
No, it is.
But I prefer this one, but I'll get to that in a second. So basically, a remaining group of college kids are stalked and killed on a college campus days before the university summer vacation. It's like the most simple premise. It's a slasher. Again, I don't remember anything about it. I think, if I'm correct here, and this is bad if I'm not remembering this, all the time, even before I got into photography, I used to sit and watch movies, and I would take photos of scenes that I liked a lot, like visually.
Yeah.
And I would like fuck with them and like make them look cool that at the time I thought looked cool. And I would use them for album artwork and stuff when I started recording. And I'm pretty sure my album, No Drums, I took a scene from this movie and like made it all weird and pink looking and used it. So I think it's this movie. But so again, look, see, mine's got the little restricted. And I think no, there's not one on the actual tape, but some of my tapes have them too. Like, you know, like Be Kind, Rewind.
Yeah, I think this one has it right here. Mine has Be Kind, Rewind.
Honestly, like the simplistic use of a fucking woman mid-stab is amazing.
It's interesting. I remember back in the day, there's a VHS cover. For years, I've been trying to figure out what the movie is, and it has a similar cover to that movie, to Final Exam, where it's like a woman just bleeding out of the mouth. And I remember vividly walking like in front of video stores back in like the late 80s, early 90s. I was a kid. and seeing some of these images. And to this day, I can't figure out what movie it is. I just remember it's like a woman either being choked and bleeding or something like that. And it's like it's all dark around her. It almost looks like she's in a void. And then her head, and she's either choking up blood or something. And I just remember always seeing the poster on the wall and on a tape. And that's a movie similar to Final Exam that has like just an image from the movie itself.
I love it.
It's funny. Final Exam's another movie I have to revisit. I have it. I've seen it like once or twice. But I always remember people saying it's a really boring movie. And I think it was an okay slasher. I remember I definitely didn't dislike it. That's for sure. Yeah. It's one of those movies where like, you know, I always say I'm going to watch and I don't because I remember like hearing on other podcasts and things like that and just like just how much of a like slog it is. And I'm just kind of like, you know.
But again, I think it's always a bold move to take like a weird still and to promote it for your film. And I think it works on this one. I'll show it again real quick.
What's on the back of that one?
That's something I would use as like an album cover. So.
Yeah, it is good. What's on the back? Show the back off. I'm gonna show we didn't show the backs of our tapes. Is that just a dead dude that got stabbed or something? I'm trying to look. Yep. I see a group of people.
He's got like workout equipment. I think he's strangled by workout equipment.
He got killed by workout equipment. Yeah, this one has an image of the tree with the face in it, and then you've got I like this back. There's like this little faint image of her, and then I think you've got the couple, and then you've got Camila, the nymph, the tree nymph with the candles. This one's not that violent. This cover, but I believe the Boogeyman has this has some great images on the back. It's got the Shears scissor kill. Yep. Got an image of it right there, which is infamous. And then it's got, look at this image. That's a great image too. The two kids and the boys holding a butcher knife. I remember.
Like I said, it's a bold move to go with a production still as a cover.
Yeah, and it's funny because like that scene reminds me of Halloween. Like, I think there's actually a POV shot of the kid holding the butcher knife, and it just always reminds me of Halloween. Also, look at the synopsis of the film, dude. It's like. If I read that, it'd be crazy. Look at all that. It tells you literally the whole movie. It's crazy. It's funny when you think about going back to like video stores, like I don't ever remember grabbing the VHS and flipping them and reading the back. Like, did you ever do that? I never did that.
Well, there's it's funny you were talking about like seeing films and like covers kind of attracting you and not really knowing anything about it. I'm probably getting the movie wrong when I say it. It's a weird 80s movie. I think it was called Roller. I don't know if it's called Rollerblade.
Roller Boogie with Linda Blair? No, I'm just kidding.
No, Rollerblade. It's like these like the whole movie, everybody's on rollerblades. And it's kind of like this tribal thing. And like these guys are like really like brutes and they like there's a lot of like female violence in it. It's weird. I can't remember it, but I always remember seeing the cover. Mm-hmm. I'll tell you what, when we're done, I'll look it up and I'll send it to you. You can post it on the Haunted Hangover IG in the story.
Pumpkin just said Roller Boys. Maybe that's it.
No, he might be talking about Prayer of the Roller Boys. I love that fucking movie.
I've never seen that.
Oh, you never seen that?
No.
You would love it. I got a copy of it right over there.
You have the VHS of it or a DVD?
I have both.
Corey Haim is in it.
Hold on.
Uh-oh.
Still sealed.
Oh, it's a sealed copy. Yeah, I have to watch that. You haven't watched your copy yet?
Well, this one I haven't opened it yet because I mean, this is great. First off, Nine Inch Nails is on the soundtrack. Corey Haim's in it. The kid from Sleepaway Camp's in it. The kid who likes Angela, he's in it. He's like the main villain in the movie.
Oh.
And, Patricia Arquette's in it.
I gotta watch that movie then. I've never seen it. It doesn't even ring a bell to me. Was it a movie that used to play on TV and stuff back then?
Probably. I've seen it. I don't even know. Long time ago.
Corey Haim's in it, so it must have been a popular movie. It was.
Yeah.
Was this pre or post Lost Boys? I'm guessing earlier, right?
No, it's after. It's
post after. So he's older then.
Post Lost Boys.
Now get licensed, dude. License to Drive is amazing.
It is.
that scene alone with the cup of coffee. Remember that scene? You don't remember it? Oh, dude, where he's going on his. He goes on like his driving exam, and there's like a cup of coffee on it, and the guy can't. What's his name? Plays it. Uncle Phil plays the instructor, and he has a cup of coffee on like the dashboard or whatever, and he's like, "If you spill my coffee, you fail," or something like that. I haven't watched it in a while, but that movie's. I remember watching that movie a ton as a kid. License to Drive is amazing.
That and Dream a Little Dream and Dream a Little Dream 2. Well, those are always on. It's basically the same fucking people in the movie, so it's just, you can't go wrong with them.
I remember seeing the Dream a Little Dream cover a lot in the video store. Yep. I remember seeing that, and like Weekend at Bernie's was another popular cover. I always saw like near each other. I remember like as a kid seeing those covers in the video store.
Do you remember that fad when people were doing the Bernie dance? They were walking like this, like.
Which is weird because that was in the second one, right? I think it was in the second film that he was doing that dance. Yeah. It wasn't even the first one, which is better. The second Weekend at Bernie's not as good. It's great, but it's not as good.
Because he's like, you know what's funny? I always argue with people. Weekend at Bernie's 2 is a fucking zombie movie. I don't care what you tell me.
It's like when you know what? It has a lot. It's really close to a Lucio Fulci zombie because it has to do with something undead coming back to life on like a tropical island. There you go.
Yeah.
So let's wrap things up.
Sure.
Just to kind of, I don't know if this is I'm hitting you with this question randomly, and I have to answer it too because I didn't think about it. What's a Halloween set themed film that you love the cover on, like the VHS cover, you love it, and you don't own it and you wish you did? Or if you do own it, which one would it be? Just your favorite Halloween themed film that's on VHS, the cover specifically.
Oh, Hallowed Gate.
Hallowed Gate. I'm trying to think. Is that the one with it has like a pumpkin on it and gates? What's that movie about? I don't remember that movie.
Exactly what it is. It's a shitty movie. It sucks, but it's a lot of fun to watch.
Hallowed Gate.
Let me give you a little backstory too as why. So I have weird reasons why I like things sometimes. Yeah. For instance, Hallowed Gate. I got that at Monster Mania. Like you know that place. What is it? VHS. They always have Mania. They take all the movies they have on VHS, and they convert them onto DVD.
Yeah.
So I got Hallowed Gate, and then I popped it in the DVD player, and it immediately started playing Bauhaus.
Oh, that's amazing.
Hollow Hill. So
that's amazing.
That got me. So I was just like, I'm in.
Bauhaus just was able to fucking reel you into the movie.
And then, it's shot on video. It's fucking I don't know.
Bauhaus licensed their music to like this really shitty movie. I can't believe that.
No. The VHS put it in the movie
that makes it even better.
As a title music for like when you press play.
Wow, the movie, I guess the opening scene was so bad they had to like update it with better music. That's great. I'm trying to think what would be mine. It's a movie that's pretty popular, but Trick or Treat probably. The one from, was it 85? Mm-hmm. With Sammy Kerr.
That pops up.
Yeah.
Never picked it. I should scoop one up. It's like a $60 tape.
$50 or $60?
Yeah.
Dude, the DVD's out of print. I have the DVD there, and like it I think it runs for like $100. Uh-oh, you guys can probably hear the cops strolling by over here.
It's more than the VHS. That's funny.
Wait, the DVD costs more than the VHS?
It was like $100.
Yeah, I think it was. You said $50 or $60. Yeah, you're right. But I think I've seen it on like Amazon or eBay, the DVD for like $98, like $100 basically, maybe even more. And I don't know why it's out of print. I'm surprised like Scream Factory hasn't like just got the rights to distribute it on Blu-ray. So, and I've got like a really shitty copy of it. It's got no special features. It was like $5 when I bought it.
It's bare bones.
It's real. Do you have the same DVD?
Probably.
Yeah. It has like the really shitty cover with like Gene Simmons and Ozzy on it. Yeah, it's so bad.
And Ozzy, in 2 seconds.
Yeah. What is it? Trick or Treat, Black Roses, Shock 'em Dead. Black Roses is amazing. I actually own the soundtrack on vinyl. It's so good. Black Roses. Have you watched it, Dave? Black Roses? So good. The soundtrack's amazing too.
The cover for Black Roses has this really cool embossed cover of like roses and I forgot the main guy's name in the movie, but it's got a really cool cover. The movie's cool. I couldn't justify spending how much the tape costs. It goes for a pretty penny, that tape. I wouldn't spend it on that, but it is a cool tape.
Is that another $100 tape?
Close to it, yeah.
God damn. It's just crazy to think that these movies are available on Blu-ray and people are willing to spend $100. I can't believe it. When you tell me that, it blows my mind, dude. It blows my mind.
You got to see. I'm telling you, man, you got to, for shits and giggles, come into one of these VHS groups, Facebook groups, and just read the comments. It's fucking hilarious.
I'm going to have to check it out. I'm going to have to take you up on that and check it out. So,
but again, that's where I find most of the shit that I get is through there. Or if Elijah has something he finds that he's got, and then what I started doing was I started following a few Instagram accounts that do the sales. So like what they'll do is they'll either post a stack with a price next to it, or then they'll just do like a swipe post with one tape, and then you just basically claim in the comment and then you DM the person, which I've been actually enjoying too. But
I'm sure there's dudes on Instagram that do the same thing. They probably just sell tapes and they just.
That's it.
Oh, it's on Instagram too? Oh, okay. All right. I thought it was just Facebook. I didn't realize it was also on Instagram. I figured that they'd have a similar thing on here as well as Facebook.
So
Kevin DeFalco, I guess that's the singer or the main guy from Black Roses.
Nico's coming through. Thank you.
Hitting us with the facts that we don't know.
Dude, you know what I always loved in that movie when so the band's gonna play the concert, and then the parents are there and they're like so pissed and they want to see how evil this band is, and then the guy comes out in like a white, like weird white getup, and he's like, "I used to be from this town. I'm gonna sing a little song about it." And then it's like this really hot rock song, and then all of a sudden the parents are like, "Okay, this is fine," and they all get up and leave, and then it just turns into fucking.
That's amazing. There's that other movie that's like about a metal band. What is it? Hard Rock Zombies. That movie's fucking ridiculous. I forget. I think it's like I remember there's like Nazis and shit in it. I forget what it is, but it's like I have that on DVD. I don't have it on VHS, but I think that's another DVD that's really hard to find. Speaking of out of print and hard to find things, but I'm sure that VHS probably goes for a pretty penny too.
Hack-O-Lantern.
Dude, Hack-O-Lantern, hands down. That music video sequence is amazing. That's the best part of that movie.
Dude, you know how much that goes for? It's like a $200 tape.
Oh, would you spend $200 on that?
Fuck no.
So on that note, let's wrap things up. Hack-O-Lantern is the best. Oh well, there you go.
It is. He's not wrong.
Maybe he'll spend $200 on that VHS.
Dude, people, I've had conversations with people. Like I've inquired about it, and I'm like, so how much do you want for Hack-O-Lantern? And the guy's like $200. I'm like, really? He goes, yeah. He goes, I just sold one like a month ago, and I'm just like, I'm good.
You can keep it. So yeah. So again, we're gonna be doing these from time to time. You know, if you guys enjoy it, please let us know. If you want to see us do this again, it might not be VHS next time. It might be. Maybe we'll do some vinyl soundtracks or Halloween albums.
I got mounds of records in this room. I would love to show them off.
So maybe we'll cover something like that. We do have a new episode dropping tomorrow, and we're going to run through some of these things. The director didn't even speak English. I love it. But yeah, we have a new episode dropping tomorrow. We're continuing on with our Halloween animated specials. So keep an eye out for that. What does that say? I want to chill with Tommy and worship Satan in the woods while listening to Midnight. There you go. That does sound like a lot of fun. But yeah, guys, we'll catch you guys later. And remember.
Oh, wait.
What?
Wait, we're forgetting 2 things.
What?
We got to shout out our birthday.
Yes, we have 2 birthdays. You go first.
All right, so mine. I don't know if any of my photography friends are in here, but today's Gary Winogrand's birthday. So happy birthday, Gary Winogrand. Rest in peace. So I just wanted to do that.
Move it a little closer, Dave.
It's a great book.
That is. I think I looked through it one time I was at your place.
So happy birthday to him.
And the other happy birthday, our boy Chrissy P, Christopher Poltney. I don't think he's watching right now, but I know him. He'll go back and watch it. It's his birthday. He's part of the Haunted Hangover crew. I think we've mentioned him before. He was on an episode 2 episodes ago. He was on. Yep. He helps us a lot behind the scenes with a lot of the video content. He's been in a lot of my film stuff. So gotta wish Chris Poltney a happy birthday. We love you, Chris. And yes, and with that being said, I just want to wish you guys, good night.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll catch you guys later. Wish you guys a good night.
Oh, wait.
Another thing. I tried to close out the show 3 times. We're missing everything. Yes, Dave.
Are you going to put this on like a thing that people could watch?
Yeah, I'm going to post this right up. Yeah, dude.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm going to post this up.
People had asked me, so.
No, it'll be up. So if people missed our rambling, they'll be able to catch it later.
Yeah.
But yeah, good night, guys. And we'll catch you guys later.
Good dream.
Peace.